My name is Steve Higgins. I'm director of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. What we have here is a vault, and I'll take you inside, give you some idea of the types of guns. We have probably the most complete library of all kinds of guns that have been manufactured. It's almost like a reference library that people can use. We use for our purposes. Other people can visit and use these weapons. What we've done, what the focus of our programs are, is that we try to use the firearms laws to target those armed violent criminals who are committing a disproportionate number of crimes in our communities. So we've really used our resources in that manner. As you can see, as you look through the walls here, that there are lots and lots of guns, lots of different kinds of guns. To give you some idea, there probably are in existence now somewhere in the neighborhood of, in this country, of about 200 million weapons.
What we're seeing in this office, we see a tremendous number of homemade machine guns, homemade silencers.
Let's see.
An example of this is a typical homemade machine gun. It's a very simple blowback operated 9mm firearm. And when I use the terminology homemade, this may well have been built in an illicit factory, but it's not something built by the legitimate industry. We also see quite a few machine guns reconstructed from weapons that have been destroyed by military powers in other parts of the world. One of the things we see a lot of today are the British 9mm Sten gun, which is an extremely simple firearm. The receiver portion, which is a piece of tubing, would be removed, and the rest of the parts imported as surplus. For someone with a little bit of basic machining skill, it's a fairly simple matter to build a machine gun from the existing parts. This would be just examples of certain sawed-off shotguns. Most of these have had the buttstocks removed from them just for storage. But shotguns are one of the most prevalent kinds of firearm in the United States. They're very simple to modify. When they're modified, they're very easy to conceal under a coat.
That's one of those...
This is a M11 .380 caliber machine gun with a sound suppressor. It's mounted inside the briefcase. The trigger lever comes through the bottom of the case.
Right.
And to fire it, you'd have the case closed, tuck it up under your arm, pull the trigger.
This is pretty much a collection here.
Yeah. I use guns to hunt with, target practice. To me, they're like toys. When I say like toys, not that I don't respect them. I come in here, I clean them, I play around with them, I rub them down, and it's a hobby. But there's other uses for them too. These are just, you know, like old things, I guess. It's an old 45. This gun's like 90 years old. I bought it my boy. That's a 45. This is a 44. This is a 41. It's a 45 long Colt. 38. This here is it. The gun's all over. That's a 45 long Colt. And this is his 45 right here. He likes 45.
That's your boy's?
Yep.
How old is your boy again?
17.
You like shooting guns? How long has he been shooting guns?
Since he's been 9.
Since he's been 9. What do you think would happen if they passed a law
to take all the guns away from everybody, including the police, do you think there would be less murders?
Hell no, it'd be so much easier. Then anybody could get a gun and go in and kill anybody they want, take
Well, I
anything
mean,
they
all
want.
the guns were outlawed. There's no guns.
No, there's always good people having guns. That's a bunch of hoss shit. If they took the guns away from the public and then away from the police, shit, you could go kill anybody you want, do anything you want. Then what are they gonna do? Run down the road and mace you?
Well,
Yeah.
what if they took all the guns away from the civilians and just the cops had them?
I don't think you could ever do that. There's too many people that have got them.
There's too many guys like you that won't let them take them,
Yeah.
right?
I would never surrender them, no.
You would even...
I would do whatever I had to do in my own judgment to keep them.
What would that be?
There again, it's in my own judgment. I would go as far as I felt necessary. I guess the best way to say it is in the military. They said you never surrender your weapon.